Hello, my name is Ashuman, and these are my exhibition slides. In this piece, I was trying to capture the nature of humans and the negatives of our progress as a whole. My pieces are all parts of one big narrative, with several depictions of different individuals with one cohesive story running through. I was trying to show an individual who, because of their inability to integrate, has been left behind by society. I believe anybody can look at this piece and draw some sadness because we've all felt left behind at some point. As such, the gunslinger in this picture can only look back at the past and reminisce about the days when he was wanted. As society and technology progress, certain vocations have been thrown to the wayside. Formerly useful skills are now seen as outdated, and people who cannot adapt or change to stay in civilization are left behind. That's why modernity is a double-edged sword, and that's what I was hoping to capture. This caricature was just meant to show how unhealthy and strenuous it is to struggle to reach the high expectations that people have of you. In this case, the individual is making an effort to conform, which is causing him severe stress. The idea of past accomplishments setting the bar high and those around us expecting us to reach that bar as the years progress was a way I thought to put that. Though I believe anybody can look at this picture and somewhat empathize with the individual. Having undue stress placed on you is not uncommon. I simply wanted to capture that feeling. I also wanted to showcase that there are negatives to always trying to live up to the expectations others have of us. That societal demands can be too high. This piece was to show two people who have existed throughout history and myth and their relation to the society around them. The first is Gandhi, who disobeyed his societal expectations and rebelled. He saved India from the British rule through this. His expectations were to either submit or rebel violently, either from the British or from other freedom fighters respectively. However, through a peaceful protest, he was able to free India from the British rule. On the other hand, there was Sisyphus, a figure from Greek myth who committed atrocities to appease his peers and his society. His land had suffered several tragedies, and so his people turned against the gods. So when the gods came to meet him, as he prayed they would, he disrespected them. The nature of this changes by the telling, but most say he cut up his son and fed him to the gods to humiliate them for his people. As such, he was forced to roll a boulder up a hill for eternity. The idea of rolling that boulder up a hill for all eternity brings about thoughts of futility due to visual connotations. I wanted to show this to show that always bending over to a peace society is often futile. I also used a Greek pot to create a more reflective atmosphere, as if the viewers themselves are looking at an ancient piece of archaeology. This was my final piece, in terms of the chronology of the narrative. This piece showed an individual who found happiness through self-care, disregarding societal expectations. I wanted to draw parallels back to the first piece, a similar framing with the road acting as a point to show linear perspective leading to a point. However, now the individual is at the center of the piece and not off to the side. And unlike the first piece, the individual has left behind society instead of the other way around. The main message of this piece, as a standalone piece, is to show that it is possible to find happiness and love within yourself. I think this is a powerful message in and of itself. Oftentimes we believe that happiness and love come with having many friends or romantic partners or being widely accepted by society. I think it is important that outside of those relationships, people find these within themselves. Elsewise, they may lack the full human experience. I think I succeeded in what mattered, which was telling a story about the individual versus society through several standalone pieces which say a lot in and of themselves about the human experience. Outside the main through line, these pieces all can stand alone as representations of the human experience. Obsolescence, lofty expectations, self-reflection, and self-love, while coming together to be a holistic narrative. Over the past 2 years, I worked hard to create individual pieces that I could be proud of. So I was surprised at just how well they integrated with one another. I believe that they are good in the sum of their parts and exist to put the full human experience on display and give a commentary on the nature of the individual versus society. Thank you.